I'm gonna survive, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be out here striking.
We're gonna be here as long as we can, until we get what we deserve. It's time.
We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. For the first time in history, union workers are on strike against all big three automakers. We'll look at the impact the strike could have on the broader U.S. economy. And continuing coverage of those calls for change from state and local leaders when it comes to juvenile justice. Plus, a big day for sports. All eyes are on the O's as the team heads into the final battle for the AL East. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us. For Fox 45 News Midday, I'm Shannon Lilly. We begin with breaking news this morning. The Maryland State Superintendent of Schools, Mohammed Chaudhry, will not seek another term. The announcement came in a joint statement from Chaudhry and the State Board of Education. Fox 45's Project Baltimore has been investigating the superintendent since he first took office. Some of the issues he's faced are underperforming schools and deleted text messages. Stay with Fox 45 News for more information about this developing story. Making headlines, an early morning fire sends smoke billowing up into the air. The fire started at the tire company on Moreland Avenue, right across from St. Peter's Cemetery. That's in West Baltimore.
Just around 1:30 this morning, our fire units arrived on the scene to find very heavy fire and smoke conditions at this location. They immediately established water supplies utilizing hand lines to extinguish this fire. However, due to its intensity, they requested additional alarm of fire. We have the fire under control at this time, and no official cause has been determined.
Now, some drivers were forced to find other ways to work this morning as the response prompted several streets to be blocked in the area. Topping national news, a historic first. The United Auto Workers Union is now on strike against the big three automakers. This is the first time in its history the union is striking all three of the nation's unionized automakers at the same time. The strike began at midnight with workers taking to the streets in many parts of the country.
I'm so incredibly proud of the courage. They shouldn't have to beg for a pension, for them to have the cost of living adjustment that has been part of a UAW contract since 1948. And we're in 2023. They took it out because they wanted to make sure they could stay afloat, they could survive. And now that they're making record profit, they're turning their backs on their own workers.
Well, the impact of a strike could be huge. The last strike in 2019 against just General Motors cost the company $3.6 billion over 6 weeks. A strike against all three could mean a $5 billion hit to the economy in just 10 days. Continuing coverage now of a city in crisis. A Baltimore mother's emotional testimony during a hearing on the Brooklyn Day mass shooting brings some city council members to tears.
This did not have to happen. This didn't have to happen if there were 1 or 2 or 3 patrol cars out there. I'm sorry, guys. As I said, this is my life.
Well, despite most of the criticism appearing to be directed at the police department, now some are questioning if political leaders themselves need to take more responsibility. In Annapolis, lawmakers are voicing their frustration when it comes to juvenile justice laws. They say the state needs to find a solution. Olivia Dance brings us a closer look at why lawmakers don't seem to be any closer to solutions following this week's hearing.
Well, the next hearing is scheduled for November, and then, of course, session begins in January right here in Annapolis. But many are hoping the upcoming meetings will be more successful than this week, where lawmakers and prosecutors talked about their viewpoints, but had little talk about actual solutions to the growing juvenile crime crisis. Prosecutors and lawmakers from all across the state are begging for changes to be made to the current juvenile justice laws. And after 5 hours of questioning filled with data disputes and accountability concerns, the back and forth among stakeholders continues.
Young people are dying in the streets, and despite this, it doesn't sound like you think that anybody should be really held accountable, even kids who are illegally in possession of a firearm.
When we only talk about quote unquote accountability, which is now becoming the code word for locking up black and brown children, we're only speaking to what the problem is.
With no one seeming closer to a solution, political analyst John Dede says the hearing wasn't uncommon for politicians, but he says at the next hearing, which is scheduled to be in person, lawmakers need to step up their problem solving.
This happens in Washington all the time, where we're going to hold a big public hearing. It's more theater than it is actually details and what's going to happen. You had your venting session. You expressed how you feel. You're mad. You're angry. You don't want to take it anymore. Okay, now what are you going to do about it?
Dede says Governor Moore needs to take the lead on this issue, but despite Moore saying that change is necessary, he repeatedly shies away from the specifics. For now, reporting in Annapolis, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
All right, Olivia, thank you. Here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, a Baltimore grandmother is sentenced to 4 years in prison after police say her 9-year-old grandson used her gun to kill another child. 15-year-old Nikayla Strotter was shot and killed in August of last year. Police say the gun used to kill her belonged to April Gaskins. Her grandson, who was accused of pulling the trigger, was not charged due to his age. However, Gaskins was charged with reckless endangerment and firearm access by a minor. Trending number two, we are getting our first look at Acting Police Commissioner Richard Worley's proposed contract. The contract includes a $285,000 salary with a 3% annual increase and further incentives if city crime goes down. The contract also includes a monthly housing allowance of $1,000 for up to 6 months or until his Anne Arundel County home sells. Worley must live within city limits, according to Baltimore's charter. He says he's actively looking for permanent housing in the city. Still ahead, if you are giving 100% at work, you're giving too much. At least that's according to a new article about worker productivity. So how hard should you try? We're going to chat about it coming up. And it is down to the wire for the O's. The Orioles and Rays going head to head to see who will take home for the title for the AL East. We'll look at the challenges the team is facing as they head into the game. But first.
Yeah, just write a check. Yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
A police officer caught on camera laughing about the death of a young woman who was struck and killed by a police car. The latest on the investigation into the officer's actions.
Well, we start off with a cooler morning. Temperatures near average as we head toward the afternoon and plenty of sunshine. We'll see some breezy conditions as well as we take you into the afternoon. But temperatures in the upper 70s, be back into the upper 50s overnight tonight and into the lower 80s for your Saturday. We're back with your full forecast. We'll talk about what we can expect in the possible chance for rain this weekend in just a few.
11:09, and it is time now to take a look at your social stream. There's growing reaction to that police body camera video out of Washington state. An officer can be heard mocking the death of a 23-year-old woman who was hit by another officer's car in January.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead. Yeah, just write a check. Yeah, look, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Goodness. Well, an investigation has now been opened into the officer's actions and comments. The woman who was killed, 23-year-old Giovanni Candulo, was crossing the street when she was struck. The officer who hit her was responding to an emergency call and was going 74 in a 25. So let's see how you all are reacting to this. Jared here says he and the police will get sued and find out. And then another person responds, all settlements should come from police retirement funds. They would root out the bad ones pretty quick. Very disturbing video. Amazon is pledging $40 million to help create affordable housing. The company is backing nonprofit partners to create affordable housing. The homeownership program will back projects near the company's two headquarters sites in Seattle and Arlington, Virginia, as well as Nashville, which serves as a hub for Amazon's logistics groups. This user says as of June 30th of this year, Amazon's profits year over year were $244 billion, which was an 18.22 increase over the year previous. And then they go on to say that the money for this initiative is a fly speck on a map at best. So they're not impressed with this. Edith here, though, says, I really get angry for politicians and others complaining about Amazon. They are not a perfect company, but they do so much good in so many areas, and this is a good example. All right, the boy band is getting back together. NSYNC is making it official and confirming they are reuniting for their first new song in more than 20 years, and we are all so excited, aren't we? Well, speculation about a reunion started when the five presented at the VMAs earlier this week. The new song is part of the upcoming animated movie Trolls Band Together. Justin Timberlake has been the voice of Branch in the Trolls franchise, which began in 2016. This user says, can we just have more, please? One song is cool, but you guys, this is long overdue. We need more. I agree. One song, I mean, that's just like a little appetizer, right? This person says, my little teenage heart can't take it. Thank you. Now, when's the tour? Yes, I agree. Still ahead, TSA security officers caught on camera stealing from passengers, where it happened and how. But first, the summer blockbuster film Barbie leading to some serious boost in toy sales. We'll take a closer look at the film's impact on the economy. It's 11:13. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. We are back taking a live look over Camden Yards. It's a cool start to your weekend. Things almost feeling like fall, and things will stay dry for tonight's Big O's game. The Orioles and Rays going head-to-head in Oriole Park at Camden Yards to see who will take home the title for the AL East. Last night was a difficult loss for the O's. The game went back and forth, but Tampa Bay ended up on top in the 7th. Final score 4-3. Tonight, when the two teams go at it again, first pitch is at 7:05, and it's happening right here in Baltimore. So we want to see how you are supporting the O's in their push to the playoffs. Scan that QR code there on your screen. It'll take you to foxbaltimore.com, where you can upload all of your pictures and videos, and it's all powered by Stackla. 11:15 now, and a warning for travelers ahead of the upcoming holiday travel season. 2 TSA agents here are facing charges after surveillance video surfaces allegedly showing them stealing from passengers at Miami International Airport. Now, new video shows the pair appearing to work together as passengers put their belongings on the security belt. In one clip, you see one of the men fidgeting with a bag, appearing to try and open the zipper. Well, prosecutors say the duo is responsible for several ripoffs. Both men charged with grand theft. In New York City, 18 people have been arrested following a massive counterfeit goods bust. The bust included knockoff versions of high-end purses and sunglasses. It's estimated the seized counterfeit goods had a value of about $35 million. The climate crisis could cost the global fashion industry billions of dollars in the next few years. According to a study from Cornell University and investment manager Schroders, extreme heat and flooding is having a massive impact on 4 of the world's top garment producing countries. Researchers say Bangladesh, Pakistan, Vietnam, and Cambodia are predicted to see a 22% drop in earnings from exports by the year 2030. That would cost those countries an estimated $65 billion in earnings. Coming up tonight at 4, we continue to analyze the juvenile justice laws on the books. We press Governor Wes Moore on what direct actions can be made to make a real difference. Plus, carjackings and car thefts surging across the state, how you can make your voice heard if you've fallen victim to one of these crimes. A big weekend ahead for Ravens Nation, a preview of this week's matchup against the Bengals. All right, trending now, sales of Barbie dolls have spiked. They're up 25% since the summer release of the Barbie movie. The film is the highest grossing movie at the domestic box office this year. In June, Mattel released a new collection of Barbie toys, which included dolls pegged to characters in the movie. Pretty cool. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And Mark, I know you have children, right? Have you seen this movie?
Well, they're big girls, and they were excited about the movie. I think they each have seen it like 3 times. And I mean,
wow.
They're old, though. They're like 22, 21, and 18. Now, Shannon, I wanted to ask you, so has a Barbie doll, has it turned into, like, when you say Xerox or Kleenex, it's not just, you know, the Barbie doll, the blonde hair, blue-eyed Barbie doll original. It's like just dolls almost, right? Is it that the category now because they're so different, a Barbie doll?
I mean, I think that they all have, it's the certain look though, right? I mean, they all look different now, but it's...
Is it still a Barbie look?
Yeah, well, I guess just the standard, you know what I mean? The standard doll, like the height. I don't know, maybe not. I honestly haven't seen Barbies in a long time, so I could be completely wrong there.
Because when you say my daughter has a Barbie, when you say that now, it could be like, say, long hair, short hair.
True,
you know,
true.
so,
they do all look different, but it's not like they're baby dolls.
Right.
They all have a certain Barbie look, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
I would think, but...
Were you a Barbie girl as a baby?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely
Did you have the newswoman Barbie?
I didn't. I should have. I missed out there.
Well,
I was going to say, if you had seen the movie, I was going to see what you thought of it, but I'm sure you weren't really a big Barbie person growing up, were you, Mark?
No, I wasn't, but I did go to the movie. I got some of my best sleep 2 or 3 times.
Oh, man.
But it's supposed to be really good.
Oh, man. Well, glad you got that sleep, Mark.
I got some good sleep.
You probably needed it, too. All right, those in Colorado are dealing with wild winter weather. For a closer look, here's meteorologist Justin Chambers with your wild and wonderful weather.
Really pretty shot from my friend Justin in Las Vegas. Another Justin that does weather. Isn't that cool? And that's a beautiful shot of the stratosphere, my hometown right there with some of those puffy clouds out there. The early Las Vegas sunrise. And we had some beautiful sunrises here and a beautiful morning as well with temperatures that were also in the 40s in western Maryland and in the 50s as we head later into the morning time for most of us around central Maryland. So hour by hour forecast, mid to upper 70s over the next couple of hours. Typically this time of year, we're in the lower 80s. We're going to top out about 78 with a real nice afternoon. A bit breezy at times. Sun will be up until 7:15 tonight. Those daylight hours continue to shrink. Mid to upper 70s across central Maryland for your high temperatures from the eastern shore across the Bay Bridge to Annapolis, right about 78 in Baltimore City and 75 in Columbia. Mid to upper 70s up and down the 95 corridor as well for your high temperatures today. And if you are heading down the ocean, just please be aware that we still have the high surf advisory through tomorrow morning. That's from the updated and the currents that are stronger and the surf that is stronger from Lee, Hurricane Lee out in the Atlantic. So those dangerous rip currents, even though temperatures look great to hang out on the beach, just watch it if you are trying to get in the water. If you want to head out to the O's game tonight, taking on the Rays again for game 2, 7:05 for that first pitch. Temps mainly in the 70s and will stay in the 70s through the course of the evening. Maybe a light jacket as you head out of the ballpark. Check out our temperature tracker. Numbers are going to stay kind of right near that average line. And even next week when we warm up a bit, it's not a huge warm up. We're staying basically in those upper 70s and lower 80s. Future scans staying dry for us here for Friday and Saturday afternoon. As we head towards Sunday, that's when we'll see our next best chance for some rain. Cloud cover in the morning time, couple of scattered showers into the afternoon and evening time as well. And some of that lasts into early Monday morning. Here's your exclusive 10-day forecast. So 78 today, lower 80s tomorrow, back to the upper 70s Sunday. And then we've got the lower 80s continuing for the final week of summer.
That's crazy. Thanks, Justin. Still ahead, big changes in management at Starbucks and more layoffs from Google. We'll look at the newest cuts in big tech. It's a big night for wrestling fans. At 8, it's the WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Then it's Fox 45 News at 10, followed by the late edition at 11. Right now it's 11:22, and you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Don't miss this. More layoffs in big tech. Google handing out pink slips to hundreds of recruiters. The company says it continues to invest in top engineers and technical talent, but is slowing the pace of overall hiring. So the volume of requests for recruiters has gone down. Despite downsizing, tech companies including Netflix and Apple are still hiring for jobs related to artificial intelligence. Speaking of tech, it's National Online Learning Day. Most kids are pretty familiar with online learning because of all the remote classes during the pandemic. As a result, many schools today have online learning components. It also gives students a chance to collaborate and explore with peers and teachers instead of doing homework alone. Online courses are so common these days, most traditional colleges and universities offer programs that are mostly or entirely taught online. Former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz is again retiring from the company board. He came out of retirement last year to help with several challenges at the company. His re-retirement was planned. Schultz ended his third round as Starbucks CEO in March. Trending now, an iconic fashion statement by Princess Diana just fetched at auction far more than it cost. This is the black sheep sweater worn by Diana to one of Prince Charles' polo matches not long after their engagement. Sotheby's sold it Thursday for $1.1 million, making it the most expensive piece of Diana's clothing ever auctioned. Wow. And Diana's son, Prince Harry, is set to celebrate the last year of his 30s today. The Duke of Sussex is currently in Germany for the Invictus Games. His wife, Meghan Markle, is expected to arrive there in time to celebrate Harry's 39th birthday. All right, get ready. You can watch college football on FOX45 this Saturday, starting at 10. Big Noon Kickoff is bringing you everything you need to know about college football from the Big 12, Big 10, and Pac-12 conferences. At noon, Penn State and Illinois will go head-to-head at the University of Illinois. Then Western Kentucky and the Buckeyes will kick off the game at 4 p.m. at Ohio State. And to close out college football night, TCU will be in Houston going head-to-head. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. That's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Mark Clark is back with a preview.
Be more live.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with pro wrestler Miami Mike Walker.
It's giving.
His manager, Hellfire McGuire.
Yes.
Good morning, team. Let me tell you right now.
Happy Friday.
We all know rent prices are sky high. No one knew New York City's landlord is trying to sweeten the deal. Ooh. He's giving away $20,000 in food credits.
Oh, okay.
If you rent his $20,000 a month apartment. The penthouse is above an upscale restaurant in Midtown, so delivery is super quick.
Oh, okay.
$20,000. This sounds like something only that Miami Mike can afford.
You might want to ask Hellfire McGuire. He's the money guy.
He's the money. Oh, he's the money one.
Hey man, where do we apply? Listen, this sounds like a sweet deal to me. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna be spending $20K at least at that restaurant bar.
Oh my
if I
God.
get it back in rent, if you thought $20K was a lot in rent, I know a lot of people are thinking that, but you should see what I pay. You'd be terrified.
Oh, excuse me.
He's not wrong.
me.
He's not wrong.
Is he? You know, I think he is
Lady
wrong.
T, we have these two. They can't give us a voice of normal
honestly,
people.
yeah. I mean, let me break it down for you.
Yes,
Basically, what they're saying is you're gonna be on food stamps if you have to pay for this apartment. You're not gonna be able to afford it. You're not gonna afford anything else. You can't eat for the next couple months, but you'll be able to be in a nice apartment. That's basically
I
what
worked
they're
in
trying
New
to
York
say.
briefly, and the part that was tripping me out when I looked for apartments before I settled on one room in Queens.
Okay. Well, at least you weren't in a box.
A lot of people
At
pay
least you
up
weren't in
front
a box
New York.
in Queens.
A lot of people pay. They do a year up front. So what's that?
Oh, you can pay a
20,000
year.
times. Yeah.
Oh.
And then, but anyway.
The real way to do it is you just stay with somebody. You just you get booed up real quick.
They
you
always
stay with
try to
somebody.
stay.
That's what we always try to stay. We ain't trying to go home. That's exactly. You know
So
what?
Lady
I like
T,
you, Mike.
next story,
He knows what's up.
This next story is perfect for us, Lady T. When it comes to work, you should try hard, but not that hard. The
Wait a
Wall Street
minute.
Journal has a new piece saying 85% is the magic number for productivity.
Oh, okay.
The author making the case that if you jump into anything full force, chances are you're going to be burn out quicker. So just
So wait, you do.
like,
So 85% of people, or like you do?
No, you're
85%?
working at about 85%.
85% effort. You see, there's lazy people out there. Look, I'll tell you what, Miami Mike Walker.
Miami Mike, you give 85%?
Are you kidding me? I'm all gas, no brakes.
Oh,
I'm
wait a
100 or
minute.
nothing. I'm
Hellfire's looking at
It
you.
sounds like all talk. It
Wait a
sounds
minute.
like all talk.
You don't agree with me?
Wait a minute.
You don't agree?
Wait a minute.
We rarely disagree, but if you're doing 85% of work, you're working too hard. You got to work smarter.
That's right.
I work maybe
That's harder.
10%.
That's right.
I get it
That's
all
your manager,
done.
man.
I work
That's right.
0% if I could.
That sounds like a baby daddy. That sounds like
This is why he gets paid the
that's
big
a real
bucks.
good
Look at
baby
this.
daddy
So we
right
want
there.
you to tell it how much you give at work. Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now,
That's right.
if you wear your socks to sleep, you could be spreading bacteria on your bed sheets. A study found 70% of people who wear socks to sleep in the same pair they wore all day.
Oh, man.
Researchers say that's a big no-no because samples
man.
from dirty socks have found bacteria on them similar to that of a toilet seat.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Dang.
I don't know about that. Don't look at me.
My socks,
Don't look at me.
I wear my socks like a couple times. Now, wait a minute. And the bed.
Couple times?
Ew.
You wear the same couple
My
times
bed
and then you
is-
sleep with them?
Oh, yeah.
See, I need my piggies to
You
be
give
free.
me
I need to
socks
be
in
nice
bed.
and cozy.
You give me socks in bed.
I'm
Like,
not
you
socks
give
in
me-
bed. I take them off.
Mine
do?
might give you socks
Okay,
in
good.
bed.
Yeah.
And you do give me pedicure. Like you, I feel like you give pedicure. He gets
Hellfire.
pedicures.
If you've seen Hellfire McGuire before, you already know I don't even wear socks.
You don't.
Oh,
They don't make socks
We don't
nice
need
enough for their
to.
shoes.
Yeah.
This is not
Yeah,
even
you
a
can't
good
have silk
you know?
shirts on and socks. It's too much.
If you don't,
It's too much.
but if your feet, you don't have socks on, won't your feet smell like your shoes?
No, the goal is to you don't put socks on when you go to bed. That's nasty. You don't
You're
do
not-
all that.
but
It's
you have nice feet,
disrespectful.
though. Lady T
Yes,
has nice
because
feet.
white toes, baby, all day.
nice
Don't
feet
you
has
don't
nice-
you dare get a close up one of these toes.
Lady-
Don't you dare get a close up one of these toes. I
Okay,
see it coming. They turn the
well-
camera real quick. No.
Coming up, we're going to see these two out of fish.
Doing what? What are y'all doing? Like,
You
what
don't
are you
know what
doing?
we're doing?
Don't you guys have a match to lose this weekend?
Lose?
Hey.
We are celebrating the
Don't you
victory
have a match to lose this
before it
weekend?
happens. We are
Oh, the
making some
victory.
drinks. We're going to make a drink called a Miami Vice for you today. And we're going to show you
Of
how to make it.
course. I
We're going to
should've
start
known.
this weekend off right.
That's right.
So stay tuned.
Oh,
We're
what's
gonna
happening
start
this
this
weekend?
weekend off
What's happening
right.
this weekend?
MCW Bruiser Rumble.
Oh, R.I.P. Bruiser. Oh my God, I knew him. I have a selfie, a photo, like several photos with him. I loved him. Love him. Shout out to him and his family.
Summing up, we're going to pour up some drinks.
Okay.
And also
in his honor, pour it out.
In his
pour
honor.
it out.
That's right. Okay. Still ahead. Also, helping communities heal. The work being done in Baltimore is bringing neighborhoods together. But first, say goodbye to dirty countertops. Coming up, the new way to clean. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
A spilled cup of coffee is not only the wrong way to start the morning, it could leave a nasty stain on your counter. Stacey Bell from America's Steals and Deals has a new deal on a cleaning product that could solve your stain problems. Check this out.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I'm just like everybody else in the morning. There are 1,000 things going on. I made my coffee, spilled my coffee, then got distracted. And I came back and I was so afraid the stain would set in. But I remember one of my favorite Clean Ease products. This is called Stain Ease. It makes it so easy to remove stains and odors. It's so easy to use. It's a 2-bottle system. So you just shake it up and you spray it, and it's going to remove all of those stains. It uses enzymes and probiotics to break down the dirt into smaller pieces. So there's no smell, no stain. So those countertops that you love are going to be just fine. If you spill a glass of wine on the carpet, if the kids drop food on the carpet, just grab your Stain Ease. It comes in so handy, and there are multiple uses for this. You can use it on many different types of floors, many different types of hard surfaces. It's a good thing to just buy a couple of these. Give one to your parents, give one to your kids. Maybe you have a niece or nephew who's getting that new apartment. This is really gonna come in handy for them. You can't have too many of these. Oh, and even if you're like me and you have the smelly shoes around the house, this is perfect for that. So there's so many uses for this, and right now we're offering up to 35% off Clean Ease products. Just head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Johns Hopkins University and Johns Hopkins Health System.
Woundwork Productions, Virtues Matter, and Johns Hopkins School of Medicine are teaming to promote healing and neighborhood improvement. Here to tell us more is Dr. David Fakunle of Woundwork Productions. Doc, welcome. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you, Mark.
Great seeing you, man. So Woundworks, y'all been around forever.
I told you, 25 plus years.
I asked you that. Were you a young man when I was back in the day on the Big Fat Morning Show?
Kid.
Look at you. I know.
Little kid,
shout out to Moo Fresh, you know, and all you guys.
Exactly.
So talk about what's going on.
Yeah, so this is just the evolution of what Woundwork has always done for over a quarter of a century. That's crazy to say that, though, right? We are being intentional about utilizing arts and culture for the health and well-being of communities in Baltimore and beyond. This particular initiative, the Existential Determinants of Health, is that next step. It's about individual and collective storytelling. It's about the constant space of being able to share who you are openly, without judgment, without prejudice. It's about our partners who have their knowledge, their wisdom, their resources, that once we hear these stories, we can apply those resources, that knowledge and wisdom oriented to what the people need for their healing and for their growth. So it is about the narratives that are shared with us and us using our knowledge and our understanding to give what the people need for their well-being.
And that is to address the trauma that people go through, or whatever.
We all on a spectrum of trauma, every single one of us, and it manifests in many different ways. Some can be more problematic than others. We recognize that so much of health shows up in many different buckets, but the ones that we decide to focus on are mind, spirit, body, and wallet, because we know those aspects of health are critical to any quality life that you can have in this world. So with that focus, with the storytelling, sharing with us what we need to understand about those that we're looking to serve, we provide those resources, and we do it through a creative lens. So that's where Woundwork comes in, because we all have a story to tell, and we all have a creative energy, and we want to create the platform by which people can express it openly, freely, tell the narrative that they want the world to know.
And tell us how your partnerships impact the community.
Oh, it makes all the difference. So shout out to Virtues Matter, shout out to Charm City Care Connection, shout out to Amazing Grace Lutheran Church, Planet Fitness, Fulton Bank. We've created this burgeoning ecosystem where everyone is committed to sharing their wisdom, their knowledge, and resources for this collective healing. You need it all. Like, it can't just be one or the other. You need all of it. So because we have this communication and we have this singular focus on doing what we can to uplift the stories and uplift the humanity of people in Baltimore and beyond, it works beautifully, man.
And I love the fact, the Woundworks, you guys have been doing it for so long. You have proof of past performance. You have so much experience. And again, your storytelling goes way, way back. And so I think it offers a great product. So people who are our viewers, how can they get in contact? How can they follow you?
Yes. So if you want to learn more about the Existential Determinants of Health Initiative, you can go to edoh.org. It will have the stories of our past cohorts. You can learn information about our upcoming cohorts, any community sessions that we may have. That's the spot to go, edoh.org.
Doc, I'm so proud of you, my friend.
Appreciate you, brother.
Send my love to Woundworks and everybody else.
I hope they watching.
All right. Still ahead, court is in session. We'll take you behind the scenes of the new show, Cutler's Court, and talk with the judges themselves. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere. We'll head into the kitchen to cook up some cocktails with pro wrestler Miami Mike Walker and his manager, Hellfire McGuire.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
You normally see them in the wrestling ring, but now they're here taking over the kitchen. You know, pro wrestler Miami Mike Walker and Hellfire McGuire. We about to do these drinks.
Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Look, today, we are going to show you guys how to make a Miami Vice, the best drink there is. And we're going to turn up because it's Friday. Let's get the weekend kicked off and started and ready to go.
Let's do it, Mike. Let's do it.
All right, come on.
Don't say it, spray it. Don't delay it.
Now, if you don't know, a Miami Vice is a combination of a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri.
That's right.
So a lot like Miami Mike and Hellfire McGuire, it's a good combination.
All right.
Dream team, dream team.
All right, I see you guys, you spared no expense with the juice there.
Oh, that's right.
Hellfire, only the very best.
Well, you know, this is just the start.
Dang,
This is
come on
just the start.
now.
Hey,
This is quality pineapple juice
don't crowd
here.
on my boys at HT, all right?
I'm just saying.
All right.
It looks like you guys have
mix
done this
this
a
up.
lot.
We were practicing all last night, and we had quite a few glasses.
Yeah, a little bit into this
we made
morning.
it here on time, but hey, we're here now, and we're ready to go.
Are you guys doing the same version of a different drink or a different version of the same drink?
So, you go ahead.
This is a mixture. I'm making the strawberry daiquiri. He's making the pina colada.
Okay, all right.
And together, it makes
you
the
mix them
Miami
together.
Vice. Yes,
Gotcha.
that's what you do. That's what you do.
I got you. Okay, so now, you know, since the last time we saw you guys, you won the coveted Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup.
That's right.
How's this changed your career, Mike?
You know, to be honest, I think it really just proves what I already know. And that's, I am the best professional wrestler in Maryland today.
That's right.
And that's no knock on anybody
keep
in
doing
wrestling.
your thing, Mike. Don't stop.
That's no knock on anybody in Maryland. There's some really talented people out there. You know, guys like Miles Hawkins, guys like Alec Oden, Alex Devine, the Mecca. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm the best, and they can't lace up my Nikes.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's good. I
That's
see.
right, baby. That's
Hellfire,
right.
he still has the confidence that a man needs to step into the ring.
Oh,
And
you
speaking
can't
of
let that
stepping
go.
in the ring,
Oh, yeah.
we're about to step in the ring this weekend, baby.
That's right. That's right. Let them know.
Let's go,
Let
Mike.
them know.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let 'em know,
give me
let 'em
hype.
know.
Give me hype. Let's go.
Let's go. What's happening?
So we got the Bruiser Strong
doing
Memorial
what you're doing.
Battle Royal.
It's going to be tough to talk during
Okay,
this
go
one,
ahead,
I'll tell
go
you.
You know what? How about we blend these up and then I'll tell
Okay,
you
do
what
it.
we're doing this
Right,
weekend.
let's
Let's
go.
not
We got
blending
30
them up.
seconds. Hurry up, guys. Now it's a race. Hurry up.
No. Here we go. Man.
How's that going?
Now we're gonna mix these together. Okay.
All right, we got 10
Strawberry
seconds. Mix 'em up.
daiquiri
All right.
and pina colada. This weekend
Tell
in
'em about
Joppa,
your weekend.
Maryland, we got the Bruiser Strong Show, 11-man battle royal for the heavyweight championship.
That's right, baby. That's
and I'm
right.
looking to
There we go. Doesn't that look
become-
nice?
to get my first heavyweight title at MCW. I'm doing that.
And as we wrap
And
it
I'm
up
gonna
with
let 'em
5
know.
seconds left, let them know. Let them know, Miami Mike. Let them know.
Hey, we're getting the dub and we're hitting the club.
That's right,
and we're
baby.
celebrating early.
All right.
Let them know, babe.
Cheer it up. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. All right, what are we doing next, guys? We're just drinking and partying, I think.
That's right.
Let's check weather real quick.
Well, it's not even fall yet, but for some folks in Colorado, yeah, a little bit of an icy mix here. This is in Loveland Park, Colorado. That's where you see the Loveland Pass, where you're seeing that there, about 12,000 feet with 39 degrees. So that's where we have already seen some snow. In fact, some of the mountains in Utah have already seen some snowfall so far. Now, we are just getting out of our 90s and 100s and finally back to temperatures a little bit closer to average for this time of year. After our cooler morning, plenty of sunshine and temps that will be pretty nice through the course of the afternoon. We've got dry air in place, mid to upper 70s as we take you into that 2 and 3 o'clock hour. Typically this time of year, we're in the lower 80s. So we'll see those mid to upper 70s across Carroll and Baltimore counties for your highs. For Perry Hall and White Marsh over to Towson, 75 Cockeysville and Hunt Valley, 78 Baltimore City and Dundalk for you this afternoon. Howard and Anne Arundel counties also in the mid to upper 70s. Ellicott City and Elk Ridge down through Glen Burnie and Pasadena, right about 76 in Annapolis later today. And up and down the 95 corridor will be in the mid to upper 70s for Philly and Baltimore down through D.C. 74 down the ocean there at Ocean City. Remember, we still have that high surf advisory through Saturday morning and probably even into the afternoon, and on Sunday still going to have some rough water there, so just be aware of that. But temperatures look great, nice conditions as well. Sunday may be seeing a few showers, but if you are heading out to the ballpark tonight for the O's-Rays game, we're going to see those temps in the mid-70s with that first pitch at 7:05, and temps stay near average here and even just slightly above average as we take you through next week with those lower 80s on the way. So here's a look at our future scan. Staying dry today and tomorrow. But as we get into Sunday, we'll see more cloud cover, especially Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, a couple of light showers start to work in, and you can see a few more of those showers late Sunday into early Monday. That'll be really our best chance to get any kind of rain. And especially over the next 10 days, really our only chance to see any of that rain is going to be late Sunday into Monday before we dry out next week, the final week of summer.
Dana and Keith Cutler have been married for almost 35 years and are the only married judges to preside over a TV court show. And here they are to give us more info on the judges of Cutler's court. Welcome, Dana and Keith. How's it going?
We're doing fine. How are you?
Great, guys. So where did the idea for this show come from?
We had a previous show and we were helping couples with their relationship issues dealing with infidelity. And so when that show ended, we felt there was a place for us to have this new show, Cutler's Court, to help couples with not only infidelity, but for all kinds of relationship issues.
And so people were like, yes, we need that in our life.
I love it. I love it. And so, okay, we got two powerful, smart, determined, opinionated people who happen to be married. Who's the judgiest of the two? Which one puts the hammer down? I'm going with, well, go ahead and answer. I'm not going to say my prediction.
Well, you know, it depends on the issue. I was going to say we both can be pretty doggone judgy. It just depends on the issue.
That kind of keeps the couples on edge because they never know which one of us is going to be the one to lay the hammer down.
Well, and I know you guys are married 35 years, so I see what you did. Way to go, Judge. Do not answer that question. 35 years of marriage knows you. You are trained well, young man. What's your favorite part of the show? What I love is the chemistry, and I love you guys. You really are a good match. You know what I mean? You just can feel the love. But what do you love about your show?
What I am enjoying about this is that so many times our fans were like, what do you say after the show is over? What do you say when the litigants leave the courtroom? Well, we have a deliberation process in this show, and they get to hear what we think about what has just happened and then hear what our decision is. And so that deliberation process, I love it.
Yeah, and the thing I like about the show is what you see with Dana and me, that's how we are every day. When we go through life and we see things, we observe things, we comment to each other, we make observations, we laugh, we joke. That's just how we are. So I get to hang out with my best friend every day.
And I'm going to be selfish. I've been married for over 23 years. And so what would you say is the key to the long-term marriages as we wrap things up?
If you have children, don't forget you were a couple before you had kids. And those kids are going to come through your life and go to their life, and then you're sitting there with that person. So be a couple together. Don't forget that. Don't go out on dates. Enjoy each other. Yeah. Don't just make it all about the kids all the time, because those kids are going to say goodbye, and you're going to have that person.
I love it. Well, thanks so much, guys. Continued success, and we appreciate you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. Our thanks today. Still ahead, if you're giving 100% at work, you're giving too much. That's according to a new article in the Wall Street Journal. How hard should you work, and what you're saying about it coming up next. When it comes to work, you should try hard, but not that hard. The Wall Street Journal is out with a new piece saying 85% is a magic number for productivity. The author making the case that if you jump into anything full force, chances are you're going to burn yourself out quicker. We wanted you to tell it. How much do you give at work? You guys are like, it's changing. 72% say they give their all. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Okay. 14 don't try at all. Great show lined up for Monday. Escape for a mini vacation in your own backyard. Coming up, the new treats you'll find at your favorite hotels.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
And always, we always remind you that this is a great opportunity if you're a business owner, if you have an organization, if you're just a talented person and you want some spotlight. Our show is a great place to start, okay? Make sure you email us and let us know if you want to be on the show. And follow us on all our social media platforms. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.